You're so lucky today, because you're gonna learn why Russia is a European country after all, but not from a random documentary channel, from a real Russian. It's a great way to look educated in front of your friends without putting in any actual work, you lazy ass. You think I don't know why you watch these videos? I'm gonna come in with a hot take right away. Russia is a European country because they hate Asians. Never in history Russia was an Asian country except for the Mongolian invasion. Damn, this period is the most embarrassing thing in the greatest Russian history. The Golden Horde period lasted for almost 300 years. It was a low-key slavery under Mongolians. No wonder Russia is not a huge fan of Asia now. And it's a shame that I am Asian and I am a descendant of Genghis Khan born in Russia. Oops. And when it comes to modern day Russia, they still hate Asians. And I'm talking about racism. If you are not white, looking for an apartment in Moscow, you're gonna have some hard time because all the apartments are for Slavs only. If you are the only Asian kid in a class, they're gonna call you Chinese. And if you're Asian living in Moscow, you will occasionally hear things like go back to Uzbekistan. I don't need to go to Uzbekistan because I am Russian. I just happen to be not a Slav. But Russians hating Asian is not the only reason why Russia is a European country. As you may know, Russia is located in both Asia and Europe, and 77% of Asian land belongs to Asia. So it would be fair to assume that Russia is an Asian country, right? 77% of it is in Asia. But it's a wrong assumption, because we don't know to overlook a very simple fact that 75% of Russian population lives in the West, in the European part of Russia. Only 25% of the whole country lives on the 75% of land. My parents lived there in Siberia, and I was born and raised there. The population density is very, very low. Most people choose to live in the European part of the country, understandably so, because it is warmer and it is richer. Even though Siberia has all the oil, gold, diamonds and stuff, it's pretty poor because all the wealth goes to the western part of the country. Surprise, surprise, colonizers alert. Another reason why Russia is Europe is because Russians are Europeans. 80% of Russian populations is Slavic. The origins of Russian nation are in Europe. Like back when they didn't have Siberia yet, it was right next to Poland, Hungary and Baltic nations. And even after they conquered all the vast lands of Siberia, all the way to the Pacific Ocean, became neighbors with China, Japan and Central Asian countries, the majority of Russian population is East Europeans. And historically, Russia was always taking a huge part in all the European mess, like wars, alliances, then wars again. You Americans may not know, but there was a lot going on in Europe back in time. We were fighting against Napoleon, against Turkey, against Sweden, and a lot of royal intermarriages with other European countries. Even the way the Russian elites used to look, the food they were eating, the architecture, all of this was screaming European. Like this is the French army in 19th century, and this is Russian army in 19th century. Same thing, just like insulated clothing. Russia is a part of the Western world, even if we don't want to admit that. Christianity is the main religion, pretty popular among Europeans. The language is Slavic, is European. The Russian arts, music, literature, painting, it's all a part of European civilization, of European culture. So here's the way I view the current situation. Russia is a kid, and all other cool kids don't want to play with it because it's acting weird, it's starting fights, and just doesn't want to be like them. So that's why Russia goes and makes new friends, makes another cool kids group out of nerdy, weird guys who no one else wants to be friends with. Some of them have atomic bombs and are excluded from the international arena altogether. But don't get me wrong, the leader of the cool kids group is also a psycho with an inflated ego and anger issues. But he's popular because he has more money and he has more power. That's why everyone wants to be friends with him. See, I'm not only attacking my country, because the US is a hot pile of shit as well. Here's the video I made about Siberians and all the things you didn't know about us. And I have a whole playlist about Siberia and Russia that you can watch to show off in front of your friends next time you talk about politics. Because that's why you watch these videos. See you next time.